I'll be right with you guys. I'm gonna go live, but I need music here. Um, I like this song. I'm gonna be setting up charts. I think I'm streaming already. Let me see.
If you're serious about your podcast, stop recording with Zoom and start recording with Riverside. With Riverside, you can record audio.
I am recording. Okay. Okay. Hello guys. I'm gonna start soon. Let me just send my notifications and I'll be with you guys.
We're fighting for.
I love this song. I hope you guys enjoy it while I'm setting up.
Meet me on the battlefield. We're fighting. Even on the darkest night, I will be your sword and shield, your camouflage. Even on the darkest night, be mine. Echoes of the shots ring out. Shield, your camouflage. We may be the first to fall. Be mine. Everything stays the same, or could you change it all? First to fall. Be mine. Everything stays the same, or could you change it all? First to fall. Be mine. Everything stays the same, or could you change it all? First to fall. Be mine. We're standing face to face with our own human race. We commit the sins again, and our sons and daughters pay our tainted history is playing on repeat.
I'm gonna leave a comment
But
here
we
for
could
anyone who's
change
doing
it if we stand up strong and take the lead. When I was younger, I was named a generation unafraid. For the heirs to come, be brave and meet me on the battlefield. Even on the darkest night, I will be your sword and shield, your camouflage, and you will be mine. Echoes of the shots ring out. We may be the first to fall. Everything could stay the same, or we could change it all. Meet me on the battlefield. Carry on through the storm, tired soldiers in this war. Remember what we're fighting for. Meet me on the battlefield, even on the darkest night. I will be your sword and shield, your camouflage, and you will be mine. Echoes of the shots ring out. We may be the first to fall. Everything could stay the same, or we could change it all. Meet me on the
It's
battlefield.
time to go to war. This is how I take and I interpret my daytime trading, okay? This is a war we're headed to, and we just have to take it one battle at a time. So give me 1 second here. I hope this is working. I still want you to hear my music. It's just part of me. I'm gonna erase everything. So remember, guys, I want you to get used to coming into the charts and choosing. Hold on. That should be better. Hello? I want you to get used to coming in and erasing everything, right? As a day trader, you erase the noise. It's loud for me. Okay, and so sometimes I even having this tab open and you're seeing the market react. Sometimes that alters. Oh. I just got an email. I'm all over the place. I have to do my TV. Let me okay, guys. I think we're ready. So the first thing and the most important thing is to turn off the noise. Remember, don't worry about what's happening, how the market is reacting. There's always a trade opportunity. I want you to focus mostly on the now, right now, taking a deep breath and understand that the charts are not going anywhere. Understand that they're going to be here. So let's set up for a nice trade today, right? So the first thing I want to do is look at my monthly time frame. And again, we're going to turn on our magnet. Instead of 1 touch, 2 touches. My monthly is red as I use the chakra colors. So monthly is going to be red. Then we'll go down the colors. So I have here 1 touch, 2 touches, right? We're going on BTC. Let me write something. Okay. So the point of being a day trader, or the point of setting up your charts, like I've mentioned before, is that we're fishermen, right? And we're trying to set our traps. We're trying to set our nets down. So it's important for you to do a thorough TA on every chart. Take your time. So what I did right now, I just set a support and a resistance trend line, right? I'm going to turn on my 12 and my 26 EMAs and just visualize it. Where is it going? Obviously up, right? But right here we have a, technically, it's still a downtrend, even though price action is above, just because the 12 and 26 EMAs are flipped to the downside. Oh, good morning, Nathan. Thank you for joining my live stream. I'm going over how I set my trades. Please let me know if my background music is too loud or my voice is not clear enough. I would appreciate that. So yeah, so I started the monthly, just visualizing it, seeing price action within the 1226 EMAs, setting some major trend lines. We have our support, we have our resistance. I want to focus on the weekly now. Music's too quiet. Okay. Just a little bit, because what about if you don't like it? Let me see. Voice is good. Thank you so much. I appreciate you confirming that with me. Truly appreciate it. Let me see. I think that would help the audio. Okay. We don't want it too high to overpower me, but I think we're good now. Okay, so back to where I was. Okay, when I start the monthly, I just want to visualize what's going on right now. Close all the noise, what's happening. Everything relaxing. Oh, it really does. You gotta just vibe, right? You just gotta go with the flow. So on our weekly time frame, I'm gonna turn on my supply and demand, and I'm using two. So I have the supply and demand indicator. It's called supply and demand pivot points. It's by MINH, really good indicator, and it helps you find your demand and your supply zones. And also this liquidity swings. I found it pretty interesting how it gives you like numbers. Just trying to find what works for me, right? For a lot of people, it's easy to find the supply and demand zones, and I'm still visualizing and working on that. But good thing for indicators. So right here, this is a lot of supply, so we could still, price action could still come to the supply zone for BTC, just off the bat right there, just visually. On my weekly, what I want to do is start setting a range. Now that I have my monthly trend lines, I want to start setting up my range, right? So what's my range? So what I want to do is turn on pivot highs and lows. See if they help me out. I'm gonna use this low as my weekly. It's orange. And this previous high this week, if you see it up here on the left, this is gonna be, and like I said, why did I choose it? It just seems, maybe if I turn pivot highs and lows here, maybe sometimes when I turn this higher high, lower low, it works. Okay, so see how I printed that lower high here? I was visually able to see it, but sometimes it's good to turn on this indicator too to help you. It is the higher high, lower low indicator. Great indicator. So when I turned it on, it marked that lower high. So this is our next resistance, our next high. That price action is gonna have to come against, right? So that's why it's important to mark this weekly high, and this is our weekly low, because as you can see, there's support here, right? The wicks are finding that support, like they're sitting down here. So that's why I chose this weekly high. That's the important thing. So now that I have my weekly range, I want to go to, and I highlighted my supply, right? And think about it as this. So demand, supply are oranges, right? And your demand is the people that want to buy. So there's a lot of oranges here. That's why price keeps crawling up, because the price action, the people, the new investors are willing to pay this price. Right? There's a lot of smart sellers that want to sell at 35. So what's happening is all the sellers of the oranges are getting together with each other, and they're all forcing the buyers to pay for the oranges at 33K, if that works, if that makes sense. So it's important to understand that. So once we're here in the weekly, you set your support and your resistance, go to your daily time frame. Within the daily time frame, this is when I want to start setting more trend lines to look at price action. So I'm going to use our higher high, lower low indicator, and this is going to just help me and guide me on where to set my trend lines. I like to use the 9 for the daily time frame. So just visualizing here, right? We have this uptrend. Let me turn on my 1226 EMA. It's really good. See the flow here. Okay. So we're gonna go here. My dailies are yellow. What other trend line could I set here? Just again, just visualizing it. Looks like a huge cup, right? Big smile. It's the Joker smile. So what if? Just throwing it out there. So remember the Adam and Eve pattern? So I'm calling it right now. I still want this to drop. I'm so funny. But okay, so if this is Eve, we're gonna have an Adam, right? How does the Adam work? It's a V. So, and I'm gonna print this out for history. So this and this trend line. I'm gonna take this one away. So check this out. So and that's why it's important to understand the Forex patterns, guys. You have to understand Forex patterns. Please search them, and because when you keep staring at them, you're gonna have that visual of what are the possibilities, right? Let's just focus on this contraction. Look at this beauty. This would be amazing. Okay, I'm printing this out because I've said 12K and people think I'm not. It doesn't matter what I think, right? The charts are showing me a big Eve right here, right? And this could be our Adam. Copy image. I'm just gonna tweet it because I needed to go to my history. And if you're not following me on Awaken Soul 369, go ahead and follow me. Let's see, Adam, and Eve. I'll be the first one to say Adam and Eve bottom. Is it gonna happen? No, but I think it would be amazing. And I totally see it happening. Why not? Anything is possible with cryptocurrency. Okay, no worries. Yeah, it's under my lives. So right now in the daily, right? So this is what I do. I sit down and I just visualize it and see, okay, what's happening when we go to our demand. I also want to remind you about market structure, right? Market structure consists on consolidation and contraction phases. So just in the daily right here, you can see this is a big contraction phase. Then we made that trend to the movement, and here we are in a new contraction phase. So this zone itself is a new contraction phase. And what I found is that again, focusing on price action is everything. Focusing on what your contraction zone is doing is everything. So I just sent out the Adam and Eve possible. So with that being said, I am going to move into my 4 hours, because not every time frame is gonna give me what I'm looking for, right? In my 4 hours right here, this is beautiful. 1226 EMAs. So how do you set a trade? And that's the most important thing, and that's why we're here. Thank you, Nathan. I appreciate you. Love you. So the most important thing is to set up a trade, right? So once you understand, okay, in the daily, this is a possible cup, right? So you understand that the trend is up. You understand that there's here this demand. So the most possible outcome, what is the most possible outcome as a technical analysis? right? We're using our measuring skills, we're using our technicals, we're using our eyes to see. So just looking at market structure again, right? Nothing goes completely up. We have highs, we have lows, we have highs, we have lows. We have marked a high, so we could definitely mark a higher low or just come down. Or again, continue to the upside. So what I'm going to do in my 4 hours, I'm just going to connect trend lines. I'm trying to visualize and trying to see what pattern could this contraction phase show me. Right, this is an ascending megaphone off the bat, right there. And why did I choose this low, this high? Right, those are the important questions, like why are you doing what you're doing? I want you to understand again, market structure. We talked about, we have a downtrend, we have a contraction phase, we have an uptrend, we have a contraction phase. We had a fake out, but then we went up, and this zone itself right here, it is a contraction phase. So it's only important for you to focus on this zone now that you're in the 4-hour time frame. So within this zone, again, you're gonna turn on your highs and lows, and you're gonna connect some trend lines to see, visualize, what do you see? No, you don't rush to charts. You set the best, the most perfect trade you could set up to make that one good trade a day. That's gonna make you replace your income. That's gonna make you replace that hourly wedge. So this channel going to the upside, this ascending, no, it looks like a channel here. Right, 1 touch, 2 touches. So just off the bat right here in the 4-hour, I want to turn on my pivot highs and lows and mark this support. Critical support for a down movement, for a swing trade right here at 29,689. If we break this support, most likely the 12 and the 26 EMAs will be flipped at that point, and we trade with the trend, and then we'll start shorting, right? The trend is up right now, even though we have this wick. Like I mentioned, this wick could provide a nice entry for a continuation to the upside too. And I'll draw to you, it'll come down here, right? It could create that higher low and then continue to the upside and continue to grab this demand that's up here. We still have this demand that is up here that again, the sellers don't have to go up there. It's just a bunch of buyers getting together and selling their oranges for 33K. You know, it's the regular folks out here that, are they willing to pay 33K for the oranges? Are they really gonna pay 33K for BTC, right? So that's how it works, and I hope you understand the concept of supply and demand. So we're looking at this major support within this 4 hours. So expectations is, we're in a trend phase right now, right? So my expectation right now, coming into the 1 hour, and see how I'm just vibing with the chart, right? I'm just going, okay, what is she doing? Bitcoin is a she, by the way, if you didn't know. It's a she. She's the queen, and she is the sun of the universe. If she, how she moves, how she rotates, that's how the altcoin market moves. I think it's a cool concept. 1226 EMAs again. We're looking at the flow. We're looking at where the possible next setup is. So within my 1 hour here, I am gonna turn on again the highs and the lows just to help me and guide me connect those trend lines, right? Because sometimes with all the wicks, especially in cryptocurrency, and actually the 2 hours way better. I'm gonna start using the 2 hours instead of the 1 hour. So I use the monthly, the weekly, the daily, the 4 hour. I'm gonna use the 2 hours, and then I'll do my scalps in the 15, So this is just my trend here. Okay, let's connect trend lines. Okay, so just off the bat right here with my 2 hours and even in my 1 hour, right? We can see that this trend line broke to the downside. And what I'm teaching is that the technical analysis and the charts, just viewing it, it is a mechanical, it's a mechanical machine. If you truly just stare at the charts, it's a weighted mechanical machine where buyers and sellers are moving the wicks up and down. So when you see a rotation like this at the 1 hour, 2 hours, this is when I want to bring my RSI out. I want to see if there's divergence, right? Because again, I'm looking for a trade for today. So, and my settings have been changed for my RSI. If you want to copy them, I have 14. But I do use the stepping RSI, and the upper band is 63.5, the lower band is 32. And you can go ahead and screenshot it if you need to. But once I'm here in my daily time frame, I'm going to look at my RSI, not till I'm here. And then, okay, right off the bat, we have a bearish divergence, right? We have this high, price action's going up, price action is going down. And it's interesting, just really quick, because it is a learning channel, and I want you to stop wasting your time watching on predicting where Bitcoin's going. Like, just learn a skill and trade every day and make money, okay? So I'm sorry if I'm just passionate about it. It's just because I know what it is. I know the pain, the struggle is real. So just really briefly, when it comes to your RSI or how to determine your divergence, just a really quick learning exercise. So you see this higher high, go ahead and mark a vertical line on your higher high, and mark your vertical line on your highest high, right? So now you have two vertical lines. So what you want to do with your trend line is just connect from the highest to the highest point, right? But how you determine your RSI is same thing. Connect it right where your vertical lines are. That's where you want to connect your RSI, right? And the 2 hours is a little bit more clear, the divergence. And that's how you determine, like, where exactly on the RSI would you connect your trend line to define that divergence. Well, I don't like it. Echo. I wonder why is there an echo. Thank you that, let me see. I wonder. No, and I, like I said, I truly appreciate the feedback, because this is new to me, and, you know, I want to make sure that it gets better as time goes, and I thank you so much for that. I do appreciate the feedback. Back to where I was here. So this is how you will draw your RSI, okay? So if you don't know where exactly to pinpoint where to draw your RSI, just use vertical lines really quick from your highest peaks, mark it, and as you can see, it'll come down all the way to the RSI. Therefore, you're able to draw your line. And it's just a really cool technique just to get it, you know, going with your RSI. And I hope you're following me with your chart. You're only gonna learn by doing. You're not gonna learn by listening. You're not gonna be learning by watching. Like, you need to actually get in your chart, get into Trading View, and start setting your trend lines and start marking key levels, right? So again, this is our 4-hour support. You know, label them. Whatever helps you. Man, this looks like a beautiful short that I miss. And it's funny because I mentioned it in my Twitter right here 1 hour ago. I was like, it's gonna come down, guys, for a setup. And I've been waiting. I've been patiently waiting, because one thing you don't want to do is jump on a trade that it's already gone. So anyways, back to my lesson here. 2 hours, 4 hours, 2 hours. So 2 hours we're in an uptrend. We check the RSI. We have bearish divergence, right? What else do we want to check? I want to check, I like with Doom, my partner crying. The PVA candle dragons. So those candles show me the imbalances within the wicks. Okay, so it's another good indicator to use. You don't need it, but it's cool. Supply and demand. Liquidity. So at this point, what I want to do, let me see where my RSI. I'm trying to think, guys. What's next? Okay, this is just looking like we're about to come down. Let me, yes, oh wow, that wick is big. And again, don't rush things, right? Do not rush things. When you see a movement like this, okay, just get ready. This is the S&P 500, and I do charts on a lot of indices because, we like it or not, it correlates to each other. So I was looking at a double top here. That's why I have this trend line. And as you can see, I have an alarm set right here. So set your alarm. So if this crosses, it'll just give me confirmation that we're in a downtrend now. Okay, so it hasn't officially crossed, but the market is coming down. And this is how they trap people, because a lot of people are like, oh, let's go short, right? Like, that was me back in the day. And now, playing with your hard-earned money, take your time. We broke one support grade, but let's get this trend line breaking and this major support being broken, right? The 4-hour trend supports are key. And again, you can find them through pivot highs and lows. But let's go to BTC. Okay, so just looking at it, this is my support. We're in a downtrend right now. I'm gonna connect some trend lines. And please ask me anything if you have any questions, like anything paper trading. Let's paper trade. Get comfortable with the skill, Forex, the Wyckoff, points of control. There we go. That's what I'm missing. I felt like something was missing. So I like to find my points of control too, starting on my monthly. Sorry, I have to go back. So just off your monthly time frame right here, right? I like to use the fixed range volume profile, and if you're not using it, is one of the best tools that TradingView will get you. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go from the left to the bottom right and pull that point of control down. Under settings, you have to pull it out first and then change the settings. But you can screenshot my settings, and I have upper row 150 and area volume at 70, and the width is 30. And my great friend Mocha gave me this setup, and I can't find him now. He's lost in the matrix. But he did his back testing, and like I said, all my teachings, everything I've ever learned is from mentors and finding, you know, people that are already trading and using their techniques to help me. And again, I'll always be thankful and grateful for people truly sharing, you know, what works for them. And I just again shared my my Discord, and it's free, and I want to be your mentor, your friend, and just teach you this skill that is really possible. But anyways, on the monthly time frame, we have point of control is all the way down here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and mark it, just because it's telling me, and then delete it, right? And of course you could label it, just because you don't want to get confused. You could go monthly PLC. And then we're gonna go to our weekly. So within the weekly, I'm just gonna concentrate on this contraction phase, right? So again, I'm gonna pull the fixed range volume profile. And remember what I said, this is its own contraction phase compared to this. So when you're doing PLCs, when you're doing the fixed range volume profile, you concentrate on a certain particular area. So I went from this high to this low to give me this contraction phases PLC for the week. So this point is showing me down here. So this is gonna be my weekly PLC. Weekly. I think I'm off. Monthly should have been red and weekly. Sorry guys. I have to get straight with my colors, because as you can see, by the end of the day, by the end of my TA, there's a techno party, and I'm like so lost within it, and and I'm like, what was I doing? Okay, get it together. So chakra colors, okay, monthly is red, weekly is orange, and my day. Okay, so now that I have my weekly PLC, let's go to your daytime, and within the day, where's our day contraction phase that we spoke about? See how the charts are still not going anywhere, so you have time, trust me, you have time to set a good chart. There's no reason for you to be rushing. There's no reason for you to not do thorough TA on every trade that you are taking. And if the charts are not ready, move on to the next chart. We're setting up our traps, we're setting up our alarms. No, D, you're not late. I just started. And I could restart just for you because I love you and I appreciate all your support. But I was just showing really quick, finding the points of control starting on your monthly, on your weekly. Now we're in our daily, and in our daily, I finding this cup and thinking this is an Adam, and then we'll have the Eve. And just, I'll draw it really quick for you so you can see what I'm talking about. Just from this point to this point, right? And that would be a nice spot on my Adam and Eve setup here. And that's in my daily. But, so right now I'm looking for my daily PLC. So when it comes to PLCs, again, concentrate on your contraction phase. So just this zone right here, this is going to be where I get my daily PLC. And points of control, or your daily PLC, is where it's a magnetic zone where there's more buys and sells, there's more action occurring, and usually price action will return to your points of control. So within my daily, I'm gonna again pull this fixed range volume profile, right? Because I'm just concentrated here, up and down, and then here's my point of control. I'm gonna mark it, so most likely price action will return to this point of control. Maybe I could find a different green. Let's do this green. This will be 4-hour PLC. So again, this is a mechanical system, right? It's a computer, it's an algorithm that works in mechanics and works with a weighing system. And it's up to us to see the technical, the move, the price action. Okay, it's headed here. Now it's getting heavy. Now it's coming down. It's going through that flow state. So now that I have that daily PLC, the 4-hour Is it 4-hour POC? Or was the 4-hour? No, I thought we said it was the daily. It was the daily. The daily POC. Sorry. Daily is yellow. Get it together. I get a little nervous. Okay, so then we're going to our 4 hours. Within our 4 hours, again, where is our contraction phase? Where is our zone that we need to just concentrate? Right here. There's no reason for you to see what's going on here. It's past. It's gone. Right? We're trying to set a trade. We're trying to focus on the now. So within this contraction phase, where's your POC? Again, open your fixed range volume profile and just go from the top to the bottom and then mark your POC. Okay, so now I have marked my 4-hour POC. Again, and it's just for you to see where price action could return. And if you zoom out to your daily, you'll have all your nice POC marks, right? From your monthly, your weekly, your 4 hours. So let's go back to, okay, we marked our 4-hour POC. Now right here, what's the pattern? We're trying to get into a trade, a smart trade. We're not rushing anything, right? So pretty much we have a trend line break, right, to the downside. 1 touch, 2 touches. Where would be my target, right? So we have, again, it's important for, this is like everything to me. My 1 touch, 2 touch targets. 1 touch, 2 touch, or where it breaks, right? We'll go here just to be conservative on those wicks. I'm gonna highlight it. So what I want to do is find the highest peak in between the 2 touch points, and it's important. So we do 1 touch, 2 touches. This is your highest peak. This is where you're gonna place a vertical line right here, vertical line, and then you're gonna mark your target right where it intersects, and that's gonna be my hourly target, and that also corresponds to this monthly trend line that I have here, right? So it's just key observation. I'm looking for a trade now. It's already down 30 minutes, right? 30 minutes, we're getting oversold here. So in my 1 hour, there's still room to come down. Okay. So I like to create a range when I enter a trade. There's no range in the 30 minutes because we just started coming down. So I'm gonna go all the way to the 5 minute, and this is my range right here. This is it. So I have to decide at this point, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna go long? Am I gonna go short right now? What do you guys think from the TA that I showed you? Like, where would the next move be headed to? Okay, so what I want to see, right, always create a range when you're gonna trade. You're gonna have your high, you're gonna have your low. This is my range. This is all you're focused on. And now I'm in my 5 minutes, right? I started all the way from my monthly to my 5 minutes. So if this support breaks right here, there it goes. I'm gonna open a paper trade. And I hope you saw how I did it. I just went to the arrows on the right side and I logged into the TradingView paper trading. It's free. It's there. Markets. I'm gonna sell 3 units. Sell. And I'm not entering yet. I want this because, okay, reversals, or how the charts bounce, it's usually historically. What happened to my chart? Why is it green? So historically, and just, why is it like this? What happened? That was weird. I don't know if you guys saw that. So this could be an ideal bounce to the upside, right? So what you want to be looking at in this section is trying to find any divergence, trying to also be prepared for a long from here, right? Because like I said, it would be ideal to give us that higher low right here and then continue to the upside. So this would be a beautiful long. Yeah. Yes. So for you to determine, or for you to commit to that long, what's it gonna take, right? So just like I have my checkoff list to short, I have my checkoff list to long. For me, it's harder to long because I'm so used to shorting. So I like to invert my scale. So right here on this little wheel, just click on it and invert scale. And remember, always have your countdown to bar checked. It's important so you could see what time the bars close, or how long till the next bar opens or closes. So let's assume a long. I got a long. Awesome. I'm gonna invert the scale really quick and just visualize it, right? I like to visualize my charts both ways. This looks like a falling wedge, like we broke to the upside, so we could definitely get that retest. See how the perspective changes immediately? I'm like, okay, so we had this falling wedge, we broke up, and it doesn't really seem like a retest. This could have been the retest. And then we continue. So for me to take a long, right, I have my chart inverted right now. I want my support to break, number one. I want my trend line to break. And I'm using one touch, two touches right here. I just feel more comfortable. And again, if you don't know where to find your one touch, two touch, or which ones to use, using the higher high, lower low indicator, great guide for that. You just have to play around with the period. You see how we have a peak here, so I like one touch and then we'll go two touches. So I have my 1226 EMAs here. Wonderful. I'm gonna go to the 1 minute. Okay, so for me to take a long, this is what I want to see, and I want you to be patient. I'm going to invert it again back to normal. So this is going to be my trend line. Okay, because I trade based on trend line breaks, based on highs, based on, as you can see, everything. But so what I want to see, I want this consolidation to continue, right? Continue. It's gonna do its thing, if that's the case, and then break to the upside, breaking this lower high. Possible retest. Sometimes it doesn't, and then we continue to the upside. So my entry will be at a higher low, setting a tight stop loss, right? About no more than this zone, no more than this low. So stop loss are really key too. Like, how much are you willing to lose? Like, I have a rule. Like, I am not gonna lose more than $20 a day. If I get stopped out twice in a day, it was a bad day, right? I want to see my EMAs flip to the upside, to the bullish side too. So in this point right now, just because it's gonna take it could take all day, guys. Really, it really could. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna set my alarms. Set my alarms crossing up. Write any notes, any messages that you need to write down here, and create it. I'm gonna create the support alarm, crossing down. Create it and make sure you're saving it. because sometimes I create alarms and then I forget to save them, and then I'm like, what happened to my alarms? And let's move on. So at this point, we already know, right? We already know that it could come down to our hourly time frame here. So this would be our short setup. And when you get to that point, you're able to monetize it automatically, and you're able to just go ahead and go to your exchange and set the order in, and you know, tell yourself, okay, this will be my entry, this is gonna be my stop loss, and this is gonna be my take profit, and just let it be. Move on. Go to the next one. For our long right here, for our scalp long, where would be my long target? So for just scalping here, if this trend line breaks to the upside, I'll just be looking at a retest from this trend line break. Okay, so my setup for the long, long, right? Once this breaks, I'm just looking for a retest of this trend line and then tight stop loss. And you could literally go to your exchange right now and just set it up. Make sure you're not losing more than you're willing to, and then just set it and forget it. And that will come as you advance and as you move on and through your trading journey, right? I have a question. DX move opposite what I suppose short to make. So DXY does move opposite from the market. It does, but I do a lot of DXY charting. It absolutely does, but not wick by wick, right? So right here I have a double bottom. I have some divergence. That's why I'm iffy about this move. I definitely analyze it as you can see. But just looking at our daily right here really quick, as you can see, we have price action coming down, right? Low, and we created a new lower low. And then we have this RSI going up, right? We also have this falling wedge that I drew here. And we're breaking back up to that, to have that that's falling wedge breaking to the upside. Where would my target be, or where would I stop? I don't base it on my day trade so much for my scalps. I honestly just look at a price action and what the charts are doing right now. But overall, for trend reversals, as you can see, I look at the S&P 500. I even look at the VIX. The VIX and the US 10-year move opposite from cryptocurrency. So I definitely look at them, but just for bigger trends like this is a huge reversal. If we get a push up and if DXY starts crawling to the upside, those are trend reversals. I trade with the trend, so capturing when the trend changes is key for me, right? That's why I set my alarms when the trend is changing. No, Bybit does not require a KYC. You don't. That's why I use it. And what I did is I bought myself a VPN. I use VPN Unlimited. Really great. And they're not that expensive, right? Because who's the government to tell us what we can and what we can't not do? I don't understand that. But this is the program that I use to for my VPN. It's really great and it works really good for me. And I also could use it in my cell phone. So it connects and it comes with an app in your cell phone. And it's really cool because you're able to trade in your cell phone once you get comfortable with and you're at that level. So get your VPN, and then this is my Bybit account. So if you don't have a VPN, it's gonna say your IP address is, you know, like it won't work. It won't support it, right? So then I'll connect my VPN, and then I refresh it, and then you could use Bybit and you don't have to use a KYC. Okay, so yeah, so I look at the trend, just major trends, just because I need to know if this breaks right here, if this level, if this day support breaks on the S&P to the downside, our trend has changed and now we're shorting, right? And DXY, same thing. If this rising wedge, if we do have a confirmed bounce here, and this rising wedge plays out, we most definitely could have a beautiful short confluence. It's just confluence, but it's all within just pinpointing. See how my charts, I love them. So I hope you enjoyed that aspect of it. Man, I feel like let's go. So see how my alarms haven't even like gone off yet. So let it be. Set your charts, set your limit orders. Watch it play out more than anything. Let it hit your stop loss. Like, I feel like that was one of my biggest fears. Like, let it hit your stop loss and let's move on. Let's go to ETH, right? There's only so many days in the week. I'm sorry, so many hours in the day, and we have families, we have work, we have things to do. So don't waste your time. So go ahead. Right here on my ETH, a huge supply zone that I marked. And again, I noticed the supply zone using this indicator, the supply demand pivot points by min. Great indicator. So I turned it on my monthly, and I was able to see the little dots, the demand here. So I right away marked it. And on my weekly too, I noticed that demand. So that's why I marked it. And now look, it wicked. It came to get the demand. That's crazy how the charts work. Like, look at this. It came and hit the demand. Now it's rotating. So let me set up for a short on ETH now. Right? BTC alarms are still not going off. So let it be. You set it, you forget it. And whenever the alarms go off, you come back to it. Let's set up another chart. Okay, the only way that you're gonna able to supplement or substitute your income with trading is by you being technical and by you being consistent and setting up your trades every day, by you having a game plan more than anything. Like, I lost so much time. I mean, I didn't lose time. I shouldn't say that, because everything is a learning experience. But, you know, just waiting for the trade, I would just, you know, and it's good to stare at it because price action is everything. Like I said, no one's going to teach you. No one's going to teach you the time that you actually spend seeing the mechanics of the technicals of the wicks. See how beautiful? Okay. So I'm going to just briefly, like, let's say, this is my chart from yesterday, and I always recommend to start with the new fresh chart. So I'm going to erase it just for you. Right? We're going to go on our monthly really quick. We're going to turn on our supply and demand. And I'm just going to do it fast so you can see how once you get the rhythm going, you're able to just go with the flow, set up your charts, and go for it. So right here on my monthly, right, we have the supply. See how it marks with the two dots? We have our 1226 EMAs. Just marking visually what's going on my weekly time frame. Same situation. It looks like it came to this demand zone. We did really important thing to observe or acknowledge is that we did create a new weekly high. We went past 2030, creating a new weekly high. So our high has been broken on our weekly time frame. So what would be my upside target, right? Again, the way I do my targets is to do a one touch, two touches. Yeah, that's fine. So I hope you got that. So it's one touch. And turn on your magnet. Sometimes it helps better when doing your wick. So We have one touch, we have two touches here, right? So because price action broke here, I want to consider the lowest price action. The lowest price action is 880. So I want to place a vertical line right where the price action is. And right where it intersects, that's going to be my bullish weekly target right here. So could price action continue to almost 3K? Absolutely. No questions asked. That would be my weekly bullish target. But again, let's just focus on the now. Let's focus on what's happening today. So right now, right here, let's set up something to make money now. So just visualizing this and understanding that, you know, the supply, not the market makers, those are the smart money guys. Those are the supply. Those are the ones selling Ethereum for 21K, and then you have the regular people buying it. So look at this beautiful example. BTC is coming down, guys. So in this case, okay, I would stop automatically. Go if you don't have it set yet automatically, it's perfectly fine. I honestly like to visualize my charts and take the time. It's crossing to the downside. So this is a perfect example. Do not get into the trade till it's confirmed, because a lot of the times you'll find that divergence and then bounce to see how it's creating that H. So H's tend to be bullish. Okay, so it's important for you to not jump into a trade when a trend line breaks. And I teach H's on my Wyckoff video. H's are key when you're looking for Wyckoff patterns. So right off the bat, okay, it alarmed me. I'm looking at it, I'm seeing what it's doing. I'm also aware, have to be really aware. It took me a while to understand this, guys. This could be divergence, okay? So back in the day, I would just, oh my God, it broke trend line. Let's short. And then it would bounce back up. So be patient, wait for it, wait for a confirmation break, complete break, retrace, and then enter your short. Or you could enter it right now and just set a stop loss, right? You could just set a stop loss right on the previous 5-minute candle. I mean, why not? That's so weird that my chart keeps turning green. So just remember, be patient, set stop losses. This, even though BTC just alarmed me that it's coming down, it could be divergence, like I mentioned here. So look at your divergence, possible uptrend, right? Or just short the market. That would be an awesome short from here. So that's what I do sometimes too. I'm not gonna, sometimes it doesn't retrace, to be honest with you guys. I'll just get into my short right now and just set a stop loss right here. So let's see. Let me connect it. I just connected it. There she goes. She is falling. I am so excited. That would be so cool if she does fall from here, by the way. You'll be catching the tip of the tip, and you guys will be making some good shorts profits. And another thing I want to share is that yes, it's good to set it and forget it, and but let's say, I just erased everything because it doesn't matter. Let's say we have this high, right? Let's just assume here, I like to just to make you think about something, and I think it's really important that I was taught. So let's assume this is the Adam and Eve. Let's assume this is the top from a major downtrend. Okay, because I'm all about one good trade a day makes the day, but there's situations like this that I see a big possibility. So if I have a prime entry here, right now, let's say I enter a short. Yes, you could take profits at your take profits, and it's recommended, but what I do, so 1 touch, 2 touch, 4-hour trend line, highest peak is right here, right? So I am gonna set my target once this trend line break at 23, right? So I will not, just because based on, and that's why it's so good to do TA on every time frame. And this is a perfect example, because if you have a prime entry here and you take all your profits here and it keeps going down, you lost on that perfect entry. So get paid here, take 50-75% of your profits and let the rest run. Why not? Bring down your stop loss, right? Once it hits your target, take some profits and then just lower your stop loss and allow the rest to run to a possible 12K. Imagine that. Why not? So that's the thing with, that's why I do TA in all time frames, because I end up converting my scalps, my day trades, my intraday trading, my to swing trades sometimes. Because if I get prime entry right now, right, and this is nice, this is a nice scalp, but I'm waiting for this support to break. Remember, this is even though this is a nice scalp to the short, this still could bounce up and continue to the upside. Right, sorry. So it could come down here and then just continue up, because technically we're in an uptrend. So those are your possibilities. But once it breaks this trend line, and this is a major 4-hour trend line, okay, then I'm gonna consider a swing, right? But at this point, we should have been in a short already, or looking to short. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. And back to Ethereum. Just setting up your charts, like I said, finding the best possibility play, using your technicals, using your what is this, your fib retracement. Like, what's a fib retracement? There you go. Let's do that really quick. So right here on my ETH, right, we came to the demand zone here, and I'm waiting for a reversal because the trend is up, and I'm smart money, right? Let all the buyers buy high. I'm selling to them. Let them buy from me, right? We have to think like the market makers. We're smart money, not dumb money. So now that we're here, again, it can continue to the upside. So I'm not gonna enter a short, because I'm not in one yet, till this trend line breaks again. 1226 EMAs are flipped. And I want a support to be broken. Even though we had this nice support here in the smaller time frame, right? Just look at the wicks resting on the support. That's considered support. It broke down. I still want to see my 1226 EMAs. There they go. 1226 EMAs flipped on the 30 minutes. So that's another confluence. And what time frame to choose? It's hard to say, because it all starts from the 1 minute, right? I could start looking at the flipping of the EMAs in the 1 minute. And oh, of course, I have to share this with you guys. And I've been trying to use the 200 and the 800 EMAs for bullish and bearish trend changes too. that comes from the wolf pack. But right here, as you see, 200 and 800 flipped. So at this point, it's considered like a golden cross, I believe they call it. I'm just gonna say a wolf cross, but I don't think it's called a wolf cross. I think the wolf cross is other two EMAs. I kind of forgot, guys. But 200 and 800 EMAs cross gives you that confluence that we're in a downtrend now. And if you go back and you back test it, you can see when the 200 and the 800 EMAs cross, we start an uptrend, and then when they cross down, we start a downtrend. And again, when I talk about trends, I'm talking about 1 hour trends, because we're day trading here, okay? I'm not trying to figure out what's happening next year. I'm trying to figure out what's happening right now. So ETH prime entry here too for a short. Confluence, I got that confluence of the 200 and 800 EMAs crossing, right? Look at your TA. Look at what makes your TA, whatever makes your TA yours. Just grabs and get whatever you need to get from my TA to make it yours, to make it unique. And that's how I do my TA, guys. Just waiting for support resistance right now for ETH on the 1 minute. This is the 1 minute. Let's see. This looks nice to short. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting because it's oversold already, right? You have to be smart too. Remember, this could easily just bounce and go up. So find your range. Automatically find what's your range. Okay, and your range will help you determine what's your next setup. So this is going to be my high, this is my low, right? Remember, this could be divergence. So price action is coming down and RSI is going up here, right? So it could definitely bounce up to the upside. So get ready to a possible long continuation to the long side, using this trend line break here. Watch it. This is your zone. This is all you should be focused on right now. This is it in 5 minutes. So we break to the downside, and again, you could enter a short right now. Why not? Everything looks bearish. You could set your stop loss right here. Tight stop loss, super tight stop, because sometimes when there's big drops, there won't be retests at all. So if you're willing to lose $5-10 to monetize on something huge, for me it's worth it, right? But again, set your alarms. Let's set our alarms here. Crossing up, nothing's happening yet. Peace and love. Crossing down, right? And this is setting your net as we are fishermen here, okay? We're trying to bring food to the table. We're trying to make money every day. So you setting your alarms, even set your trade up, right? Okay, you understand, okay, where will our long be from this point? So if it confirms this high and we go up here, maybe for a retest, so just set your trade from, okay, I want my long here, risk to reward, and now set my stop loss here. Once this confirms up, set my stop loss, just set it here, and at this point I would be looking for retrace of this trend line only, or even back to our demand zone. Maybe you come back to hit the demand zone one more time before we continue to the downside, right? Sometimes the books are not quite done yet, so they will come back to and hit that demand zone. So this could be a nice long, or again, we'll be setting up for a nice short too. If this crosses to the downside, I want that, where would my target be, right? In the 5 minutes, should we do I think it's ideal. 7 minutes are good to set targets too for a quick short. So highest peak right here. We're gonna go from this one right here. I want this. Okay, and those would be your 2 setups for today's trade. And today you'll make money. And that's the beautiful about technical analysis. And you set your alarms, you set your trades, you understand that what do you need to see to confirm that short, that long. Write it down, use a notebook, and move on. Once this trade is set, your nets are set there. Let's do LTC, right? And one thing I do recommend if you are gonna be trading alts, it's looking at their pair. I don't think a lot of people take in consideration the pair, the BTC pair. This is a great example. LTC is here, BTC. LTC BTC pair gives you the strength of the coin compared to Bitcoin. So just visualizing here on our weekly time frame, right? The way I take my targets, we have 1 touch, 2 touches. Just really brief here. And again, please ask me anything if you want to know anything about technical analysts. I'm here to teach you that you can monetize and making money every day. Compound your money. 1 good trade a day makes the day. And you know, for you to be free from your 9 to 5 more than anything. So see how beautiful I whipped the target here on my weekly, and then this is my next target. So just really quick, I'm just doing some basic TA on LTC on the BTC pair for you to just understand that, like, the power of the coin compared to BTC. Like, where is it headed, or is it weak, or is it strong? This was a major support that we broke here to the downside. I remember this. A major support, and now we're down here. And again, I just want to visualize it, want to see what's going on. This could be like a flag here on my 4 hours. And that's why patterns are great. Forex patterns, Google it, guys. They're called Forex patterns. Right, so I have some support and resistance here. So how I would use this is just to confluence. Okay, we're in a channel right now, right, in a downways channel. So I'm just gonna go back to my LTC chart and start my TA from fresh. And that's the beauty of being a technical analyst. You could look at any chart, set up your trades, monetize, take profits. You could literally set up trades on every altcoin if you want. So here, just really in trading, you're not gonna win all your trades. That's why setting your charts are key. You set your charts, you address them when they call you, when the alarms go off, or even when the limit orders. If you set your limit orders, they'll get triggered by themselves, and let them be. Let them be. Right? And like I said, everything, we're all in different stages of our trading journey, and I've been through all of them. So I'm here to help, and I can only help if you ask the questions, right? I can only help those that need to be helped. So on my weekly time frame, I'm just narrowing down this contraction phase just off the bat. Just looking at price action, you could see that we have a downtrend, and I just want to teach you how I visualize the charts. We have an uptrend, we have a downtrend here, we have an uptrend, we have a downtrend, Okay, and I'll consider this and this, 1 touch, 2 touches, to be my support, my resistance on LTC. Just off the bat here on my weekly, on my daily, I'm gonna go ahead and set my range from this point. Where is my range? Understand that, and then focus. Just focus on, this is my low, this is my high. Okay, this is price action. We're just focusing on price action. If you're having hard time finding pivot highs and lows, there you go. Let me 11. You could change the settings to whatever you like. I just made 30. I need less. The higher you go, the less pivot points you see. 30. Okay, so see how it marked not only the exact price, but this indicator marks the highs and the lows of price action. That's why I love it. So this was my high at 134. Actually, this is my right. Why did I switch it? Because this is price action. We want to focus on what's going on right now today. We want to focus on, so my weekly range, just shift to this zone. Okay, this is my high, this is my low. Okay, at the same time, we're visualizing, and when you're seeing, right, you're seeing that, okay, price action is on an uptrend. The day, how do I know that? Look at the wicks. Look at your 1226 EMA on the daily. If price action is above 1226 EMAs, that means an uptrend. If price action is below 1226 EMAs, that's a downtrend. Okay, so something to consider. And now we're going to in our daily, what does this look like? What pattern could you find? Connect some trend lines. Using higher high, lower low indicator. I'm going to go with 30. I'm going to go 1 touch, 2 touches. And again, I'm just focused on price action. So, right, the trend lines should only correspond to what's going on right now. This is yellow because we're in the daily. This high to this low. Right, just understanding where things are going. Okay, so we're definitely in an uptrend. We're on a channel here. Oh, I just saw it. Did you guys see that? It's a rising wedge. It's like a flag. Look, like a, yeah, rising wedge on the daily. You see that really quick? That's awesome. I just caught that. That's a good one. And this just helps you with your trade, because you know at this point, even though we're in a daily, we can continue up, right, or continue down. It's right in the middle. But this is nice. I'm gonna copy it really quick. Sorry. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. So now that we did our daily rising wedge. Now we're at the 4 hours. What are the 4 hours doing? Where's your support, your resistance? Where's your contraction phase? What are you focused on, right? How do you read the charts? So trend, contraction, trend down, trend up, sideways movement is your contraction phase. So just visualizing price action right here, right? So we're just gonna add some trend lines here. Trend lines, right? So there you go. This is your resistance, this is your support, right? And your 4 hours. So what do you want to do to take a short? And this is where you start. See ETH going up. Let me see. All right on it. See, got it. That's why you take your time. I was like, this could be a divergence and we could go up. So let it go up, see what it does. That's awesome. Let's go. Let's watch it. Beautiful. I hope you guys saw that. How that's why I want, remember, and write this down. When alarms go off, you do not take the trade. You just come and reassess your charts. Real important, okay? So let it do its thing. We'll be back to LTC where we're seeing a 4 hour wedge here, and I'm trying to set up a trade. And as you can see, they're not as easy as just setting up a trade, as you understanding where the energy of this alt is going to next. That's being a technical analyst. What is the most the biggest possibility, right, for the next move? So I'm just narrowing down 1 touch, 2 touch here. So if it breaks to the downside, I'll take a short right here. My target right here at 89 on the 1 hour. This is beautiful. So I have a short setup and even a quick scalp going into my 30 minutes. We have 1 touch, 2 touches, highest peak, come down here. This would be my target. But as you can see, ETH just alarmed me that we're going up, right? So that's why it's important to set alarms on key coins, I would say, on S&P, on the DXY, on Ethereum, on Bitcoin, because sometimes they're leading the market, and if Ethereum is leading the way up, you know LTC is going up too, right? So it's something really nice to have and understand, that it's important to set alarms on multiple key alts. I usually do ETH, Bitcoin, and LTC, and then of course I do check BTC dominance and the ETH dominance and all that good stuff. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I have to go. I just wanted to come in here and show you how to set your charts. And remember to take a long here for LTC, just really quick. Let me finish it, as I gave you a setup for the downside. Remember, create your range more than anything. What is your range? So off the bat, for me to take a long, because this was so this is my range, this is my high, right? This is my low. This is also a great support of my hourly trend line. So if it breaks to the downside, this would be amazing short. And short here, right, to my target, tight stop loss. That would be my setup. And for my long, I would not long this till it breaks this lower high. ETH is brutal. I mean, LTC, most wicks, I mean, most altcoins are crazy. So take your time, right? Because they wick really fast up and down. Take your time and set your charts, and we'll continue this together, guys. We're gonna grow together, and one good trade a day will make the day. Every day it's all about learning, and whatever stage you're in, if you're just taking notes, cleaning up your desk, setting automatic trades, setting bots. I know how to set bots too. Ask me anything. Ask me anything and we'll get there. But the key thing before you start trading any indices, either futures, making calls, cryptocurrency, whatever market you get into, understand technical analysis, because once you understand it, you could just walk into any chart and let's do Doge and take a trade on Doge, you know, set it up, set your alarms and call it a day. Right? And you'll get there and we'll get there together. Again, I'm gonna post my Discord. It's free for now. It's gonna be free for a while. I want to bring value to everyone. I want to help people more than anything. It's a great skill to have, and it's taken me years to learn, and I just want to share all my knowledge to you, and I hope you find it valuable. If you could learn one thing from me, that's all I want. Okay, just make it your own style, make it what works for you. All our brains are wired differently and we see things differently, and I've learned from so many mentors that I took the good from each mentor and I made it my own style, right? And now I just trade with the flow. So thank you guys. I love you guys, and I'll probably be back later on tonight. Much love, and remember to do everything with love.